Do you like how I put my last name behind me just in case I forgot it? I just thought, how can I camp it up more? And that's it. Do you know how expensive they are? Bloody hell. Thank God my last name's only 6 letters. 7 letters, I would have broken the budget. You wouldn't have seen them. Yeah. I thought about Anthony and I went, nah, too expensive. We're gonna have a little bit of a break after this next one, but so go and get sloshed at the bar because the more you drink, the better I sound. True fact. Back in the day, 15 years ago, I walked onto that Idol stage, and I have should have won it. Please. No, it's fine. It's so fine. Very happy for Casey to win it. I love her dearly. We still catch up. I totally love her. She's like the biggest bogan, and I love it. Because I'm just like, I'm a bogan too, but I just like put a bit of sparkles on and try and cover the boganness, but really, quite frankly, no. I have so many fond memories of that time, but there's so many other memories that, you know, I haven't shared before, and I was thinking about, what happened back then, and there was one time, I think I've spoken about it in the past that I ended up in hospital like throughout the show, but then like in the first year after Idol, a year and a half or so, I remember I ended up in hospital like 2 or 3 times just from like total exhaustion. Exhaustion? No, exhaust. That sounded like I was talking about a car. No. You know what I'm trying to say. Told you I'm a bogan, I can't even speak. But yeah, and I remember on the day that I was in hospital on Idol, this is like, I was brought up like just to be tough, like you just hustle, you do not give up, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in the hospital bed and my dad comes, it's in the middle of the show, like we're filming Idol, and he goes, "Are you dying?" No. "Pull that thing out of your arm and get back on that stage." And I feel as though that's what I remember there was one night in Brisbane, I was on tour, the first tour, and I had to like rearrange the whole set because I basically ran off stage second song in and I just threw up in the bin side stage. And like the band just like, where did he go? I was just overworked. But there was one time in the on the show as well that I haven't spoken about. I totally got a death threat when I was on the show. I know, sorry to bring the mood down. Which was really weird. Because like I'm this little kid, 21, 22 from Werribee, and then all of a sudden like the police came to the house, and then you've got all the producers coming to the house, and then they had to sit me down, and then they had to like fly my parents over to Sydney, and they had to have like security on the plane as well, because it was like a full-on death threat that was hand-delivered to the house that we were living in. I know. However, I did feel like a bit of a rock star for the last week or so. Because everywhere that I had to go, I had bodyguards. It's like, I'm just going down to 7-Eleven to get myself some ciggies. I'd have a bodyguard with me. And then I'm like, I just have to go, just have to go up the road. I'm going out to get a burger or something like that. I had security with me. I was just like, I think I could get used to this. And then, yeah, but it was really weird. And then, so essentially it was basically like if Anthony wins, he's going to die. Thank God I didn't win. Some of you were thinking, oh, he should have won. But yeah, that night, and it was so funny because we were meant to walk or something the red carpet of the whole, I don't know if you ever remember that grand final, but we were in like a convertible, they had to bring in like a convertible Porsche or something like that, and me and Casey were just sitting in the Porsche like this and waiting. But if you look at the security around us, there was probably about like 10 bodyguards just around us, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm really gonna get shot. I'm so gonna get shot. Like, I really wanted a headline, but just not that headline. And then when we walked on stage, there was this guy that got into the auditorium at the Sydney Opera House and jumped on the stage. So it was like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Anthony Callea and Casey Donovan. And this guy jumped on us. Yeah, well, he missed us, thank God. But he basically fell right there. And then like he had security jump on him. And then the camera basically comes on me and Casey, and the first thing that you see Casey say on live TV, 3.5 million people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your Australian Idol. So yeah, so many stories. Oh, seriously, there are so many ridiculous stories. Anyway, I can't go on because I'll get in trouble. But this song, it's for me, it's an absolute privilege singing this song because I'm so mesmerised and surprised still to this day that it has such an effect on so many people, and it's just a beautiful feeling to have as a singer, that a song that you have put your stamp on, and at the time when everyone around me told me not to sing it, I just went with my gut instinct, and I still love it to this day that I get to perform this song, and it's an absolute honour. And I'm so lucky to be doing what I'm doing 15 years down the track, and I sincerely appreciate that. And so this song, not only, you know, to everyone here tonight, it goes out to each and every one of you, but more, you know, in particular, you know, the fans and the support that I've had since day one. I feel as though there's so many of you in this room that have been there from day one and have come to each and every show, have toured the country with me. Like, you try and get on the same flights as me, you try and stay in the same hotels as me. It's really funny because after a gig or something, on the second last gig or something, like, you'll see me stumbling through the foyer going, "Oh, yes, hello, yes." Had a few to drink, yes. Yeah, this one goes out, yeah, to all of them as well, who, you know, I feel as though have become a big family of mine, and I love that we've been able to share the last 15 years together. So I hope you enjoy this beautiful rendition tonight of The Prayer. I pray you'll be us and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved. Luce che tu dai nel cuore resterà a ricordarci che l'eterna stella sei nella mia preghiera. Quanta fede c'è, lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be saved. Sogniamo un mondo senza violenza, un mondo di giustizia e miseranza. Ognuno tira mano e vicina, simbolo di pace, di fraternità. La forza che ci dà, yes, the life we have. And watch us all above. each soul will find. Oh, another soul to love. Let this be our prayer. Just like every child. And I feel it I just want to know. Sento che ci sono